All right, we have another one today. It's called Top 10 Swordsmen Alive in One Piece. So, an honorable mention of Dejiro. Right? That's our honorable mention here. Right? But at number 10, we have. Oh, and another honorable mention of Cavendish. Forgot about Cavendish. He's an honorable mention. Also, I guess Kaku can be an honorable mention. Number 10 is Vista of the Whitebeard Pirates. Vista, two sword style, flower sword Vista, right? He was at Marineford. He clashed with Mihawk a little bit, but he was defeated by Mihawk. I would say he was, weak, but not powerful either. Not like Mihawk, right? He ain't beaten Mihawk, so. But he made this list. I got him at number 10. At number 9, for top 10 swordsmen alive, number 9, I have Shiryu of the Rain. Shiryu of the Rain, he now has the ability of the clear fruit, so he can disappear. He becomes the invisible man, right? With the sword. He has Ryu as his sword, right? That's the name of his sword. We don't know what grade it is, right? But he was able to damage Garp. And he killed Absalom. We know that Shiryu of the Rain has bloodlust. I think he has a decent connection with the sword too, because when he was in him fell down, right? What did he say? He said, "My sword thirsts for blood." So he's gonna be an opponent for Zoro probably later on moving forward. But he's at number 9. At number 8, I got Trafalgar Law. At number 8, he for not being like he uses his devil fruit and his sword together. A more devil fruit lion than a swordsman, but still a swordsman at the same time. And he is because he cuts people to pieces. He cuts, like within that area, he can cut through stuff, right? And he uses a a longer katana. I don't know what they call those things, right? But he uses a longer katana. It's called Kikuko, right? Kikoko, right? That's the name of his sword. It's big too, almost like a staff, right? And he's fended off Doflamingo and even Fujitora a little bit with his, attacks or with his, sword. He was able to, use his devil fruit and like actually puncture through Big Mom and damage her with his, devil fruit and his sword abilities, but we're strictly talking about sword abilities, you know. But he has that in his toolkit to do shit like that, right? To damage somebody internally. Now we got Fujitora at number 7. Fujitora is at number 7. Fujitora is also like Law, and he uses his devil fruit too. He has his observation Aki to see his enemies. He hears, smells, and all that shit, right? Echolocation. He has a supreme grade blade, by the way. I found this out. I'm trying to remember what the sword's called. But anyway, I'll hear supreme grade blade like that. But because he's kind of devil fruit lion too, I'm at number 7. Where I got Saint Figurling Garling at number 6. Saint Figurling Garling was at God Valley. Saint Figurling Garling kills people with his sword. Um, Now he might have a more active role moving forward in the end game of One Piece, as he got the abyssal mark from Emu, and now he's replaced Saturn. He carries some kind of sword on him. We don't know if that's supreme grade or not. But he's the father of Shanks, so he's probably decent with it. I know about the manga, and I've read the manga, so I know that this guy's 6 is a good spot for him. Swordsmanship, right? Rayleigh's at number 5. People might be like, that's low, that's low. You know, Rayleigh does have years of experience using the sword, and he's been with Gold Roger. You know, he saved bitches with the sword. He's done it like multiple times and shit, right? But you know, he saved the strides with the sword, and he's doing that thing, right? But he's kind of like Garling in that they're older now, so skill's still there. Don't get it fucking twisted. The skill's still there, but they might lack in like a longer, drawn out fight. You know, if they have to get after it, they're gonna like make sure they like actually fucking fight, right? He has I don't know. I think he just grabs whatever the fuck sword he wants to use and uses it. But he knows how to imbue it with hockey and shit too. So you know that's another thing that Rayleigh has over other swordsmen on the list. We got Zoro at number 4. Yes, our boy Zoro is not. He ain't what he used to be. You know, he's coming up. Like he's coming up on that. You know, at number 1. We know who's at number 1 probably now, right? You know, don't worry, I'll tell you what's at number 1. But at number 4, we got Zoro. Zoro's a 3 sword style, you know, master. There's like nobody else in One Piece who uses a 3 sword style. They can't replicate it. They cannot. Like even like Mihawk and all these other people, it's like, you know, Zoro is the guy that does shit like that. And it's not that he's just using 3 swords and he's, you know, swinging them around. And he doesn't know how to use them. He's actually, you know, beating, you know, opponents with them. You know, Yonko commanders and shit like that, man. You know, his sword skills are damn fucking good. You know, he's definitely a guy that's recognizable too. Like he wants to be. He wants to be known as the best swordsman. But there's 3 people that I think are still better than him. That would be Nusjuro of the Gorosei. He's still better than Zoro right now, as far as swordsmanship goes. He has the Sandai Kitetsu, um, with, you know, Imu's abyssal mark. You know, this old man has been around for a while. And he is an old man and all that, and what I said before, right? But you know, these are people who are tied to Emu and have been there. And when he gets on the movie, like he was the one that was like actually like putting in work on these. Like he was hunting down straw hats, boy. Like come on, man. This girl wasn't, you know, holding back. You know, when he called, like you called me, I was sitting down, you know, chilling and shit. But now you want me to run this shit against the tribes. And he's like cutting, you know, the island in half and shit like that. Now, man, he has a supreme great blade in Shodai Katetsu the first. Um, I got him at number 3. At number 2, I got red haired Shanks though. Red haired Shanks is at number 2, and this is swordsmanship, y'all. This ain't what you think. I said use of a sword. This is their ability to use a sword in battle and be, you know, proficient at using it. And this is red haired Shanks. I got him at 2. Even though he's a guy who is even though he's a guy who's with one arm, you know, people are like, oh, he has one arm. That don't fucking matter. The man still has to fight against opponents, and he's still one of the four emperors of the sea. That don't mean shit. If anything, it means he has to hone his sword skills even fucking more, is what it actually means. And if you didn't see what he did to Kid, you know, come on, man. But that was more of another kind of feat. But still, the sword was used to, do that kind of shit. So, and then at number one, we got Dracula Mihawk, Hawkeye Mihawk, the clairvoyant. Sword skills, number one in the world. Currently alive, he's the best. He is. But as far as like other skills and shit go, Mihawk is not that guy. But with sword skills, he's the best. As far as using a sword in combat, he's the best. Strictly that, right? Looking at pure swordsmanship and nothing else, Mihawk is number one. And that's currently as of 2026. In the future, we'll know who, comes out on top. But that's what it is right now, man. Be cool, call in the corner, and let me know what you think in the comment section below.